right, and welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Dan in the booth. Say hello, Dan.
Hello, Dan.
Dan will be taking your question, concern, burns, grocery list, whatever you want to throw in there, Dan will be taking it. Make sure to take at Star City Games if you want your questions sent over to us. We'll do our best to answer them in a correct manner. We'll for sure answer them.
Yeah.
Might not always be correct, but...
You know, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We try our best.
Speak for yourself. No. Speak for yourself. Dan is basically perfect. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
All right, so today on Versus Live, we are heading into the Tier 1 metagame of Modern. We are battling what we think is going to be the biggest contenders of the metagame, or at least maybe the best performing decks.
For regionals.
To the best of our knowledge for regionals. What did I say?
No. I was just adding that on top.
Perfect. I was like, did I say nationals?
Supplementing, not correcting.
I've been saying nationals all the time, so yeah.
It's been a while since we've had nationals.
It has been. It has been. So we're going to continue our exploration. E-Tron took down round one up against Bant Control in pretty decisive fashion. We had some great games, but it was a kind of a beating post forward.
Yeah, those Grafters cages put in some work.
Yeah, and we're like, oh yeah, it's definitely because of the huge sideboarding changes. Like, it was only 2 cards, but they dominated me. So yeah,
sometimes that's all you need.
That's all you need. Round 2, we're going to be playing. I'm going to be piloting Dimir Whirza from the Whirza King himself, Eli Cassis, teammate of ours who, let's get real, has never touched another card in Modern since Whirza was printed. Even at the Hogak Pro Tour in Barcelona, Eli top 16 with Whirza.
Well, I actually think the Whirza deck, and back then it was still an engineer, right? The Grixis.
Yep.
Whirza.
Yep.
That deck beat up on Hogak. It was the one deck I thought was actually good.
Get out of the studio. You're out of here. You're fired.
I teamed with Harlan Führer for an open during that season, and I leaned over and just watched him smash like 4 or 5 Hogak decks.
To be fair,
he lost one game across 4 or 5 matches.
To be fair, BBD was our Whirza player on the team, and he was playing, and like people were actually scared. They're like, okay, I'm actually losing to BBD a decent amount. And then BBD was saying just over his testing, is like, honestly, like it's supposed to definitely have a good matchup in against Hogak, but it's like I'm still winning about 50%, But I do believe it had a little slight edge, but Hogak just against the field was just.
Yeah,
insane.
I still wouldn't have recommended playing the deck. Hogak was so good again, overall. Yeah. But that was the one deck I thought had a reasonable Hogak back.
And it definitely did. And Whirza has proved to
and they had to work at it. They were main decking Nile Spellbomb and Grafdigger's Cage. They could work for both of them.
But I mean, it was smart. That was a tournament in Barcelona where it was like a very condensed metagame because Hogak was so egregiously powerful and it had to be bad. Everyone knew it. Everyone knew it was going to. But I mean, that's where you can metagame super hard. It's like even our team,
main deck ley lines.
We were next leveling because we main deck 3 ley lines. We were just going to other teams. I remember going to the Danish team. I was talking to Martin Mueller and I was like, how many ley lines you made? And he's like, 2. And I'm like, oh, we made deck 3. He's like, God, you guys are so smart. Like, that's the whole conversation we were having with teams. And then the teams that didn't main deck any were just like, wow, we really screwed this tournament. I mean, like, that's how weird of a tournament that was,
We only had one decision to make and we got it wrong.
And we really got it wrong. Anybody who played 4, they were the real winners of that tournament.
Yeah. Well, not going to be playing a lot of main deck ley lines now without Hogak, but we are still playing Whirza. This is the Eli Cassis brainchild going in this controlling route with a bunch of discard and counter spells, slowing down, and then just you play this control game, and your opponent tries to slow down and play it against you and pace their threats and do that song and dance, and eventually you just set up a turn where you kill them.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And that's the power of combo control. But you're going to be playing a matchup where I have a lot of disruption myself.
Yep.
This is 4 color Death Shadow. We played Jund on Tuesday. I like the blue cards, Stubborn Denial and Drown in the Lock. Like currently, there's also I think a lot fewer Field of Ruins. We saw 2 Field of Ruin decks actually last round, but there's only 1 in the E-Tron deck. Yeah. There's probably 1 or 2 in the Bant deck.
Not many. Yeah.
Azorius Control isn't very popular right now. That's the deck that has a lot. So I think you can afford to stretch your mana base a bit.
Yeah, I agree as well.
To get more powerful cards, and Once Upon a Time also helps there. But Stubborn Denial, really good against Archmage's Charm and Cryptic Command and Word of Invention.
Yep.
Drown in the Lock gives you some nice versatility. Sometimes I need to kill the Urza or the Emery. Sometimes I need to counter a spell. So I like those cards in this matchup, but it's going to be just a nice interactive matchup. We're going to be playing face up.
Basically, yeah.
Position you, Thoughtseize you. Okay?
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to see how these games play out. Should be a close matchup, but it's definitely the onus is on me to put the game away because eventually you're going to set up the combo. And
definitely.
Even if you soft combo, like even without the Urza, just Thopter Sword is very good against you.
Yeah, you can't beat that. If I just were to get that on two, I mean, you have like some Kolaghan's commands and stuff to interact. Right?
I don't have Kolaghan's commands in my main.
Okay,
because it's 4-color. Kolaghan's command is one of the cards that has to get cut.
Yeah, if I were to be able to do that early and get to a point where you can't ever team or battle rage me, then the game is just over because you can't really climb that mountain. Every turn I'm just adding a land, then I'm adding a Thopter,
Yeah.
And you got to be careful about how much life you lose then because all of a sudden it's like, oh, I have 6 Thopters, you're at 7, okay, you're dead,
Yeah, so a lot of cool dynamics in this game. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
You will be on the play.
I will be on the play. Let's see. This is Ely's newest list, so you gotta love that.
And I am playing the list that took it 9th in last weekend's Modern Challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this.
I will keep as well.
Okay. I am going to sacrifice this, get a Snowland.
19.
Ooh, even a Jace in the main. I like that. Spicy Cassis.
There's always like 2 spicy cards in every one of his decks.
Oh, yeah. And there's always really, really bad cards. Like, just one of Pithing Needle and stuff. And I'm just always like, Ely, no, bad. Don't play that. All right, I'm going to go Bobble. I'm going to take a peek at that card before you draw it at your upkeep. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get Watery Grave and Inquisition.
Okay, well, we have a bit of a problem.
Ooh.
But this is I kept an opener with Astrolabe this Bobble. I think that is fine. Plus, in a Thoughtseize matchup, you want to really, not mulligan a ton.
Well, I can't take Cryptic or Urza.
Yep.
I don't want to take Fatal Push, given the texture of my hand.
Okay.
And you are so far away from worrying for anything relevant. I'm going to take the Drown of the Log.
Okay, Drown of the Log is gone. 2 lands on top, I know it.
You can go.
All right, so draw for Bobble. Draw for turn, and it's your go.
Unfortunately, I can't really punish.
Good.
I'm just going to Inquisition you again.
All right, well, you probably want to take this.
Thopter Foundry,
yep.
Sure, and I will pass the turn.
Okay. Wow. Playing some high-level Magic. And your go.
Still can't really do anything.
Oh, no, but it's still a great draw.
Let's go to 15
Okay.
for that.
15 to 19, right? Okay.
Yeah. And I will Inquisition the Fatal Push.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Now it's the question, do I want to even sack this Delta? I don't, because I just want to draw lands, so. All right. Go.
So now we can whir for 1.
Yep.
It's not super threatening. And there we go.
All right.
I am going to crack this fetch.
Okay.
I will go to 12.
Okay.
And which land do I want? I think I want to get green in case I draw Traverse. And I want more black mana. I assume there's an Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So
You're down to 12. I'm at 19.
And I will play a Death Shadow.
Death Shadow. Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to sack to 18. I'm going to whir for 1. Now, the question is, do we want to...
I'm going to stop the whir.
Okay. All right. The question is, do we want to get a basic or a dual? It's either Watery Grave or Island. And with Astrolabe almost always helping me out, we're just going to get Island.
So you're at 18? Yeah, just
Yep.
2 fetches. Okay. Now the game really just comes down to, can Corey draw another land?
Yep.
Because if he does, he's ahead. If not, I'm very far ahead.
Yep. Here go.
Bobble you. Attack for 1.
All right, we'll go to 17.
17. Pass. Upkeep. I draw.
Wait a minute.
You drew another whir.
End step, I'm going to draw 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. No, you can draw. Yep. Which card did you know about?
I know.
I didn't see which one I drew
island.
first. Okay, gotcha. Excellent. Okay, well, we're going to play that island, and then I'm going to drop an Urza.
I will drown on the locket.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
That was a reasonable draw. Let's Thoughtseize you.
Okay.
I will take the Urza.
Okay.
Brings me to 10. I will attack
10.
you for 3. Brings you to 14.
14, yep.
And I will play another Shadow.
All right.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Got a land. Now, there are only 3 3s at the moment, right?
Yep.
So I got to make sure I can kill one of them. So we're going to do that. And pass to you.
Attack for 3.
No blocks.
11.
Yep.
Tarmogoyf.
I'm going to sacrifice this.
Brings you to 10.
Yep. Going to get Mystic Sanctuary. Now, what do I want here? So I'm at 10, you're at 10?
Yep.
Okay, now the question is, do I want Archmage's Charm or just another Fatal Push here? With what I drew, I think I just want to put Fatal Push on top. Then I'm going to attempt to Cryptic, probably get this countered. Yeah.
Stub that.
Okay.
Pass the turn. This is a land, instant creature, sorcery, artifact, it looks like.
Okay.
We got our Goyf die here. So 5, 6. Okay. You have a Fatal Push in hand.
Yep. And a mystery card to you. And you have 1 card?
Yep.
So the Goyf is the bigger threat, huh? For now, anyways. Interesting. This is really close.
Which one you want to push?
Yeah. Which one would I like
I think
to push?
I think you'd rather push the Goyf. Especially
so
because
as
Charm
well.
deals with this. You can just take it with Charm, whereas you can't with Goyf.
Probably true.
And if I'm drawing cards to make this bigger, I'm not drawing spells.
Yeah, we'll take that, and I'll pass to you.
Attack for 3.
Down to 7.
Pass the turn.
Okay. On top, draw. Pass to you.
So that Tarn, it can find Mystic Sanctuary, which gets back Archmage's Charm, which is really bad for me. So I think I have to just go for the kill and Incept Dismember my own Shadow, paying 4 life. So I'm going to go to 6, make this a 7/7, then it'll become a 2/2. See if you have something. Counter.
I do have something.
Yeah.
I got this. So I think I want to go with...
I mean, countering the Dismember doesn't do anything.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm just thinking bounce, draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with bounce, draw. And do I want to sack first or just get a blind draw is the real question. I think I can just take a blind draw of this.
Oh, that's really bad for me.
Here you go.
Pass the turn.
So with the pass, I probably still want to get something here. I'm going to sack this.
You got a 6. So you got 6 all.
Go with the Sanctuary. And now it's Cryptic Command or Charm. Cryptic Command could get Stubborn Denial. Yeah, we'll still get Cryptic Command. On top, draw it.
And passing turn, or?
No, I got an Emery.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, trigger. Then it's your go.
That is also good.
Like you said, we're playing face up, right?
Yeah, Thoughtseize you. Seems worth it just to get the draw.
Counter, bounce.
Makes sense. Shadow.
Okay.
Crack this fetch, go to 5, get a tapped Blood Crypt, push this.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it was a good sequence of draws.
Dang it. The reason I bounced is because I was going to be able to Emery, draw off Astrolabe, and then get whatever I Mystic for, but now I really need something or a way to draw a card. Like, an Astrolabe is insane. Done?
Yep.
Boo! That was a tilt.
You know, the Shadow deck, it wins games by the skin of its teeth, and that's what you just saw
tilt.
there.
What a tilt.
Yeah.
Oh, if I just would have drew, that would have been, I would have just counter draw.
So if I draw the Thoughtseize, I drew the Thoughtseize the previous turn, so I was really hoping you would just crack and get the Sanctuary immediately.
Yeah.
And so when you did, I'm like, okay, now I get to Thougeize, and you played Emery, and I had the push in hand for the entire game.
Yeah.
And I just drew Fetch Land, and that was perfect.
Yeah, that was pretty strong.
Really strong sequence of draws on my end.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of how this matchup goes. Always close.
Yeah.
Always close. So.
It felt like it was slipping away from me when you had the Cryptic Command, and like my hand was pretty bad.
Yeah, Mystic Sanctuary in this deck is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real awkward draw was the straight basic Swamp, which meant I could only get myself a 10. So I couldn't counter like a Fatal Push or whatever.
Yeah, and that's why I was playing around it when they were 3/3s and stuff like that. Yeah.
But nice game there.
That was a good one.
You know, it's going to happen a lot because we're both going to be stripping our hands to discard spells.
Yeah.
The top of the deck is just going to come up. But
that's magic, yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a short break here, set up some sideboards, and then come back and finish this match between 4-color Death Shadow and Dimir Whirza. Don't go anywhere.
Right, welcome back to Versus Live. Here we are sideboarding with Dimir Whirza up against 3-color Shadow, 4-color, 5. Well, you might be up to 6-color.
12-color.
Sure. So when I'm on the play, I like taking out Hand Disruption in a Hand Disruption battle. On the draw, I still like them, but we're going to take out the Thoughtseizes. One Spell Bomb. You don't really have anything that's very good target. This is one of those very Ely cards, you know?
You can like stop a Traverse from getting a creature, but like you're sitting with the Nile Spell Bomb for that is like
it's not great.
Sometimes it can help you control a Tarmogoyf, but that kind of play, like people used to bring in Relic against Tarmogoyf decks when they were a Lightning Bolt deck, like Splinter Twin. You know, because you could, pop the Relic and then bolt the Goyf or whatever.
Yeah.
And not lose any cards that way. But when you're playing black removal, it just seems.
It just doesn't matter. And then also in a Thoughtseize matchup, ramp tends to be something that you take out just because you don't want to accelerate to something. They take something that you're accelerating to, and then you're left without. So
it's really bad top deck later on.
Exactly. And then we're bringing in a couple great removal spells against your deck, as well as a couple beefy creatures in the form of Kalitas here. So,
you really just want to increase your threat density. We're both going to strip ourselves from what's in our opening hands. Games are going to go long, and you want to top deck high impact cards. Kalitas is definitely a card that counts in that regard.
Yep.
On my end, I've got some good disruption. Mystical Dispute is excellent. Veil of Summer is excellent. Just good 1-mana disruption against your more powerful plays.
Yep.
I have to play a tempo game, so having those 1-mana cards that match up well against the spells you're playing is great. And then a couple Traverse targets that help me break up the combo in Plague Engineer and Collector. Oof. I'm cutting the Temur Battle Rages. This card is usually pretty bad in any interactive matchup, which is essentially what this is.
Definitely.
Temur Battle Rage does help me beat a soft Thopter Sword combo without Urza, but I'm bringing in 2 cards that completely shut it down.
That do shut it down,
yeah. So those seem like an easy swap for Battle Rage. And then we're cutting 3 disruption spells that are weak. Like Corey said, discard spells aren't great when both players have them.
Yeah.
I'm leaving in my Thoughtseizes because Corey has a lot of high impact 4-mana plays that Thoughtseize can take, and the life loss is obviously important for Shadow.
And honestly, I would think that it'd be wrong for you to take those out when you're on the draw if it was an Inquisition and I didn't have so many 4-drops. Like Urza, Cryptic Command, and Kalitas that you can't touch with that, that's not great,
I already have 4 Thoughtseizes, so I have I have more discard spells than you do, so I can afford to cut even more. And Thoughtseizes play well with Shadows, take all your cards. The Inquisitions are definitely the easy cut. So a nice, clean sideboard plan here.
I like it. Okay, so we're going to get to the sideboarded games here. But Dan, do you got any questions for us?
First off, we have Tannen Grace in chat.
Nice.
He he came up in round 2 and finally rewound and saw the burn in round 1.
I was going to say, he must have heard me talk about it earlier.
Come on, Ross!
Gets that spidey sense of...
Yeah.
I feel the disturbance of the
Somebody
force.
said my name. Will it involve a trophy talk, or...? No.
All right, as far as questions are concerned, let's start with Phoenix7327. What do you guys think about the Golgari Yawgmoth deck? Was it a flash in the pan, or is it roughly tier 1.5? I don't know.
I think some of the other, like, I think if the breach decks are popping up, I think that deck is just much faster than Yawgmoth. But, I mean, I still think that deck is fine. You know, if you play it correctly, it's still a very good deck.
That deck, I agree, it's a powerful deck. I was surprised that it didn't pick up at all, really, after
it won. Yeah.
But there just wasn't a ton of Modern, but even, like, online, just didn't really pick up. It's an awkward deck to play online, to be fair.
Yeah.
I have some issues with it now. And the major one is that we're seeing a resurgence in the number of Grafdigger's cages and sideboards. And that deck is really bad against Cage.
It really is, yeah.
really, really bad against Cage.
It is pretty tough.
And so that's going to be a problem. You know, part of the reason that Erin was successful, and she'll tell you this, was that, one, you know, nobody knew how to play against her deck because it was so new. And
me included.
Yeah. And they just weren't prepared for it. You know, nobody built their sideboard with the Golgari Yawgmoth deck in mind.
Yeah.
So once they do that, I think that deck gets a lot worse. And they're kind of incidentally doing that to match up against other things. So it's not something I would recommend for this weekend, but it's definitely a deck to keep in mind because once the metagame does shift in its favor, it's a very powerful option. But it's not a deck that can win across any given metagame. It's a deck that needs a favorable metagame to be a good call.
Yep, I like it. I like it. Okay, so we're going to get to game 2. I'm going to be on the play. And this hand has land, so we're in.
This hand has land, so I'm in.
All right, we're doing it. And we both miss our second land drop. I am going to start with an Inquisition.
Oh no, I need all my cards. My hand actually did have lands, but I really wanted to have turn 2 Death Shadow with Veil.
Yeah, and the main reason I wanted to Inquisition right away is just because Veil is just such a blowout. And here, I kind of need all my cards as well, so I think I'm going to take that. Let me just double check here. Maybe I take the threat. Nah, we're going to take that. Okay. All right, your go.
Well, I will let's cycle this through.
Okay.
18.
So I'm going to play Death Shadow right away?
I'm shocked to 16 so I can leave up Veil again.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Now we're going to start with a Astrolabe.
Yep.
And we're going to play a Misty Rainforest and pass to you.
I will go to 14.
14, okay.
And pass the turn.
I will sacrifice this down to 19.
Okay.
All right. So we can probably get a duel here. Start with a Temple Garden since we already have Snow Mana, obviously the top card. All right. We're going to untap. Now let's go with a island and cast an Emery.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, and 4. We got the targets. Pass to you.
Those are some hits.
Yep. Emery is a great card right now, I have to say.
That was a good draw. But is it the card I want to play? I actually think I want to potentially save that. So I'm going to play Verdant Catacombs and Collector Oof.
Collector Oof, okay.
That'll effectively shut... Well, it doesn't actually shut down the Emery. You have 2 Astrolabes.
Yep. Well, it does. Shuts the 3rd activation down.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, now I've got to reassess it.
Redo.
Let's keep this fetch land around.
Okay.
We'll go to 12.
Okay.
I will go to 8 and dismember that.
Dismember. Okay, that seems pretty good.
And then I will play a 5/5 Death Shadow.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, 5/5 Death Shadow. Untap. Well, we don't have much of a choice here. We really need to get that Death Shadow off the battlefield, and we really only have one way to do it. So we're gonna start with a Inquisition.
Veil Summer. Yeah. So Shadow will die, then I'll draw a card off the Veil.
Yep. And I'll pass to you.
Did I really just draw it?
Draw what?
Okay, I will go to 6.
Okay.
And I'll play these.
Oh my. Go to 6?
Yep.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right.
The oof actually protects me from EE, which is nice. If you have
that's true.
Push into EE, then so be it.
I'm just dead to this attack, huh?
You would be if I had another shock land in my deck, but I don't think I do. I've been glancing over the list. I have a swamp. I mean, I could crack it regardless. Oh no, I have 2 water grips. Okay, perfect. I have 1 more shock land.
Okay.
So yes, this represents a lethal attack for 22.
All right. Well, I guess I'll say go at your upkeep.
Yep. Tap
I
draw.
will tap draw. All right.
Verdant Catacombs go.
I'll sacrifice this.
Go to 18. Get
Yeah.
Mystic Sanctuary.
I would think so. Now I can get like a Fatal Push on top, but that doesn't feel very good. I think I just get Cryptic again here, but this is not great.
Oh, if you stall long enough to find some answers, I'm pretty low on resources.
Yep.
So
All right,
I don't feel great about this game right now. I feel okay.
We're gonna play Cryptic. I'll say go. Upkeep. I mean, I could just tap bounce. That's pretty bad. Tap draw. Okay.
That's easy.
No.
Take the charm. I go to 4
Yep.
and pass the turn.
Okay. Dead.
Okay. Well, I had a few too many lands as well, but
Yeah.
I was able to tear your hand apart enough.
That you were. That you were.
So just drawing a million Death Shadows. Like the games are so different. Like every time I
Yeah.
play against Shadow, I'm just like, give me one game where you just like can't find it for 20 cards.
Yeah. All I really needed was like whir. There, just whir with a fetch land, and then I get to whir for Thopter. I can like sack Astrolabe.
Oof.
Oh yeah, oof. That's right. Yeah. No, oof was quite annoying there.
Urza. You needed Urza is what you needed.
Yeah, but even that wasn't great.
Yeah.
Like I get to activate like once. I think I had a lot of mana, but
Yeah. Well, you needed
Yeah.
Urza earlier. Like,
Yeah.
If you get Urza the turn before I play all that stuff, and then you have Urza down while you're crypticking,
Yeah.
then maybe
Yeah.
we can get something going.
that would have been a little better. That's for sure.
So far, Shadow deck looking good.
Looking real strong. Looking real strong. Dan, you got any questions for us?
Yeah, I do. So from N. Singman, what are your opinions on prowess or burn in the meta for regionals? I know Patrick Sullivan did an article, not a satchel, an actual article about prowess yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I would definitely direct you to that. I don't think they're particularly great decks. I just think all the combo decks in the format are just faster than the burn decks. Burn has like some good hate for some stuff with like Rest in Peace, but then you take away from your burn plan and you really need all your resources to have enough to win. Prowess, can be kind of decent, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either as well.
Yeah.
One of the undersung effects of Astrolabe in the metagame is that people aren't taking as much damage from their mana base.
Yeah, that's true.
Fetching a lot more basics and playing a lot more basics. So that has hurt you. Your sideboard, if you wanted to sideboard Blood Moon against a lot of these decks, which you kind of want to do with Amulet at the top, but Blood Moon is not good against a lot of the rest of the metagame, and not nearly as good against Amulet as it used to be, because you always are forced to play yours first, and then they play their Dryad, and it doesn't matter. So they really only need the one forest.
I do think Eidolon is very good right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's never been that good against, it's reasonable against Amulet, better than it is against any other big
Yeah, I don't think it's very good against Amulet, but I'm talking against, any Astrolabe deck,
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially if they're emerying.
Yeah.
But they all have pushes and stuff. They all have easy ways to remove it.
Yeah, I mean, they're becoming reactive, you know, so it's becoming kind of tough. Like, Eidolon against these Urza decks are always really good until, late into the Urza time before something gets banned, the decks slow down and turn controlling. Like Simic Urza at the end, like Eidolon was not good. You know, that deck was just controlling everything. And I think we're starting to get to a point with Dimir Whirza too, or even, you know, any of the other, even the Breach decks that we're going to see a little later on, have a lot of answers for those as well now too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either red decks, so I would stay away. I think they're underpowered relative to the format and not attacking the format at an angle where that it's unprepared for.
Yep, I like that.
Ryan Overturf has also been busy in the lab, just like plugging away at Prowess, seeing how that ticks.
This is definitely not a keeper. We need some land.
It has land. You're fine.
Hate to mulligan against the Thoughtseize deck, but that is unplayable.
My hand is perfectly reasonable.
Okay.
And I will be keeping it.
All right, let's take one more question. I like that I won the first game and then I've lost every game so far.
Let's see.
Don't call me the comeback kid, though.
Believe me, I won't.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Don't, please.
From Zach Collings, what are your hot takes on what will be happening on Monday?
I would
There's
say
gonna be a ban announcement.
I was gonna say I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm probably gonna start doing some work.
I'm actually gonna be flying all day.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be a high of like 60 something on Monday. I think.
Oh, that is a pretty hot take.
I'll probably be grabbing airport food.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Jazz have a game that day. I haven't looked that far ahead in the schedule. But
Yeah,
maybe
I'm not
there's a
sure.
Jazz game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff happening next Monday. It'll be great.
Monday's pretty full.
Well, that's going to be like the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah. It'll be my birthday week. That's a hot take.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, great questions. Keep them coming in.
They got Jazz has the Celtics tomorrow. They
keep
play
this
against the Raptors on Monday.
Playing in Toronto.
Raptors at Jazz, I believe.
Okay, so they're coming home from they're on a road trip right now. So
Jazz at home.
they're coming home from the road trip to play Toronto, but I think that's their only game at home. They go back out on the road, which is a rough thing for the schedule. Like,
Perfect. Nobody cares.
you know how many people live in Toronto?
Well, I mean, okay, some people care, but probably not the people that come to watch Versus Live.
They go to Oklahoma for a day and then they come back for 2 more games.
Mystic Rainforest, here go.
Well, I will bobble myself.
Okay.
I don't think I want that.
Sack it away.
Get a Watery Grave, go to 17.
Are you thought season me?
Nope, just trying to get myself 17.
All right.
Okay. Now that that is done, I will cycle Street Wraith, go to 15.
Okay.
Maybe I'll hit a Thoughtseize. Nobody knows. And then I will play another Bauble,
Okay.
and I will pass the turn.
All right, I'm going to sack to 19 here. I'm going to get a Watery Grave tapped. I have no need of pointlessly damaging myself like you, but... All right. Gonna untap. It's a pretty good draw. I think I actually want to try to jam this. We're gonna take a pain and play this. Maybe get it stubborn denial.
18.
Yep.
And yes, I will stub.
Okay.
Stub that.
Your go.
Okay, I will bauble myself.
Okay.
Once again, I don't think I want that, so I will go to 12.
Okay.
And get an Overgrown Tomb and play Tarmogoyf.
Sounds good.
So do we have? We don't have sorcery yet, but he's
Artifact land 4/5. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoever thought of the Tarmogoyf dice is pretty smart.
Yeah.
All right, done.
Yep. They take care of everything here.
That's true. Okay, great draw from our end. Real question is, are we supposed to care right now? And I don't think so. I think what we're gonna do is go to 17. Yeah. Oh, you missed it. I've already won.
You're good. You're at 17. I'm at 12.
And I think I am just going to main phase a charm here because I really don't want to get it stubborn denialed. That feels kind of bad, but
2 cards.
yeah. I think we're holding up counters is also good. So yeah, we're just gonna say go. Pretend I don't have that.
Well, I will attack for 4.
Okay, 13.
I will play Nurturing Peatland, and let's play 1/1 Death Shadow.
1/1 Death Shadow. Okay.
Pass turn.
All right. End step, I'm going to try to gain control of this.
And you're at 13, so it's just going to kill it?
Yep. 3 mana, destroy.
Sure.
Untap. And pass to you.
On your end step, I'll go to 11 and cast Once Upon a Time.
In response, I'll fatal push that.
Good.
Yep.
I guess I'll take the only creature. Don't really need another land.
Not a creature I super care about at the moment, but definitely something that gets a little scarier.
Yep. I will go to 10 and play a Tarmogoyf.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right.
And now, do we have sorcery yet?
No. I don't. No. Still just a 4/5.
Yep.
Okay. I will pass to you. A little light on land here.
Attack for 4.
Okay. 9.
And I will play Collector Oof, bringing myself to 9.
Collector Oof, huh?
Excuse me.
Bless you. You know, Oof is quite scary. I'm just going to try to counter that.
Yep.
Untap.
Yeah.
Oh, man, our mana base is quite awkward right now without an Astrolabe. Let's go with a... let's go with an Inquisition.
That is not what I wanted to see. I've been letting all this 1-for-1 stuff resolve because I'm more scared of, like, Cryptic Commands and Urzas, and Corey's been stuck on 3 lands.
Yeah, I gotta take that Veil.
I've had plenty of extra threats backing up. I've had a threat heavy hand.
I'll pass to you.
Now we have sorcery. So it does make it a 5/6, which is important.
That is important. Now it's a 2-turn clock.
Attack for 5.
Yep. 4.
And I have Mystical Dispute that can counter a Fatal Push, which you clearly don't have now. So it's not like you can draw land and Fatal Push me. And it counters everything else. So I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okay.
The card
pass to you.
Declare attacks.
Like to Fatal Push.
You can have your own dispute.
Oops.
Sure. Tarmogoyf, which I didn't play last turn to try to play around Engineered Explosives.
You go to 9, right?
I go to 8, actually.
Okay.
Pass. I was worried about... You didn't bring in Dispute. That was probably bad.
Yeah,
I got in my own head.
Yeah, you did. I was trying to. I was straight dead.
Yeah.
But I do have another push. Water Grave.
I was going
I'll pass to you.
I played that game really well up until that
you did.
Last turn.
Yeah, you very much did. I had both pushes, but didn't have the second Black Source, so it felt like a tilt.
But that was a good draw.
It was pretty good.
You can go. Don't worry, my deck's going to bail me out. And Fatal Push again.
Okay. So we got multiple ways to deal with this here. We're gonna start with E for 1.
And yeah, I will go to 6 and dispute that.
And I lied. I didn't.
If you had Archmage's Charm, that would have been a disaster.
Oh yeah,
because I take a 9/9.
I just take a 9/9. Yeah.
I play a Death.
I had a 3 blue. I had a 3 blue spell.
Yeah. I should have just Mystical Disputed the push and forced them to force to have a second thing that turn. It just makes way too much sense. I got it in my own head. Yeah. But the rest of that game, I really liked how I played. I don't think I should have played the Tarmogoyf the previous turn because of the threat of EE.
And I did have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think letting a lot of that one for one stuff when I had all threats resolve was really important. I wanted to dispute Urza if you had it.
I think in a tournament you would have realized like, okay, I mean, I could add dispute and you would not have known about it in a tournament, but I think you would have thought about it enough and been like, okay, like I should just go for this, missing land drops the whole time, and I think you would have probably made the correct decision there.
But other than that one play, I really like the way I played that game.
Yeah, Dimir Whirza kind of got worked in. We had so many close games that really could have went either way with top deck. So I wouldn't say like, oh, Dimir Whirza is now terrible because it can't beat Death Shadow or whatever. We had games that could have went either way. That last game was kind of a beating.
You got stuck on lands a little bit too.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's sort of the dynamic here. Like my curve is much lower.
Yeah.
Your spells are more powerful on the balance. So if we get to the point where we're just trading one for one and we're both resolving our spells, it gets bad for me.
Yeah.
But if I'm able to handle your more expensive spells and play through some of the cheap disruption instead of being forced to use my resources on that and then getting worked by the 4-mana cards, then things go well.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was more inclined to play that third game that way, because I really just want to stop you from getting the clean 2-for-1s off of Urza, a clean steal a Death Shadow that you get to keep off of Charm. That's why I checked when you took the first one. Because if you were at less than 13, I'm snap killing. I have to stop that.
Of course.
But I just didn't want you to resolve an Urza and then have this clean 2-for-1. That then once you have Urza on the battlefield, it's not that the Urza was going to stop my Goyf because it was a 4/5.
Yeah.
And you didn't have a ton of artifacts. But once that's on the battlefield, now all your 1-for-1 removal is devastating because you're getting attacks in, maybe you're getting Urza activations in, you're pulling ahead. But as long as you're only doing 1-for-1 trades, you're not gaining any traction in the game.
Yeah, and here I think is the best play of the whole day. Our director Dan did not even give us Constructs, just knowing Urza was not going to come into play.
Oh, did I forget to bring up?
Just not there.
Sorry, Matthias.
We didn't play a single. An Urza did not hit the battlefield.
There is something about Urza that I've noticed in the current builds without Mox Opal and the reduced artifact count. That Construct is not that valuable.
No.
In the previous decks, you were casting it was a 4/4, 5/5, 6/6 all the time. Now it's always like a 2/2 and 3/3.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, it snowballs. But yeah, I think you win a lot less games by just attacking with constructs than you normally would.
And it's a weaker defensive measure. There aren't a ton of aggressive decks out there, but I think if I were to play humans against this deck, I would feel better than I might otherwise because that Urza is not a great thing to tap out for.
And that is one reason why I'm a little less high on this deck. I mean, Ely, when he first brought this deck to SCG Richmond, he just went off. He was dominating everyone, and I think the metagame for that was just insane. He had a very perfectly sculpted game one deck, or week one essentially, week one deck after the bannings, and I thought it was great there. Now I think people are adapting to it, and people know what's in it. I think it is playing out a little bit more like a control deck, which scares me because Urza is always just so good to me always seems so good to me when you're just doing a proactive game plan. It's much worse without Oko, without Opal, because Oko was a counterspell in itself for everything, except you got to play it on turn 2.
And it was a threat.
Oko
did everything.
Oko did everything. We don't have to preach on that. But now when...
it's on this end of the shirt.
Oh my, I did not even see that.
Oh, you didn't notice that Elf comes after the Emrakul?
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, now you got to cross it off, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now it's banned. Yeah, so Emrakul is now
Can we get an updated apparel shirt?
I'm sure you can just take a Sharpie to it. That's
maybe
fine.
Put like a skull and crossbones over it because it's dead.
Yeah.
Or the circle with the dash through it like it's banned.
That's smart.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying, that is one reason why I'm a little less high on this deck, but Ely is still playing this deck to like a 90% win rate on Moto, I will say the Moto leagues are a little questionable sometimes, You play against some random stuff.
Have him watch over this match and he'll tell you everything you did wrong.
Oh, I'm sure. And I honestly, one thing I think I did do wrong, it never came up because I never drew it, but the way the game's played out, I think Kalidas is bad. It's just the body is always bad because your creatures are so much bigger than it that I think in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have brought that in.
Yeah. We talked about sideboarding when we're setting it up, and you asked me about it. I wasn't super high on it.
Yeah.
I think it is reasonable just for what I said on camera that it increases your threat density, which is what you want to be I
just wanted to have better top decks.
If the threat is not relevant, then it doesn't actually do that.
Yeah. Then it's just bad. Yeah. But decks that are not bad are going to be coming up. And this match I'm really excited for because I think this is the old hotness versus the new hotness.
And honestly, I think these would be my top two choices. I'm not going to be playing Originals this weekend.
Yeah.
But these are the two decks that I would generally be deciding between.
And I'm pretty with you. I think the two decks I'm deciding between are the Breach deck and the Dimir Whirza list, just because I don't play a lot of Amulet. I don't want to dive right into the most targeted deck personally.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't fault. And you've played a lot of it, so I think that's great. But I'm going to be playing Jeskai Breach, a new deck that's popped up thanks to Pascal Maynard, posted it on Twitter a couple weeks ago. And then this list specifically is Matthew Folks's list from a preliminary. It might be just the same as...
it's very close.
I think it is. I don't remember exactly what the stock version of it is. But I'm going to be playing the Breach... the Breach Grinding Station deck, and you're going to be playing some Amulets. So.
Yeah, so these are the two top decks, in our opinion. That's going to be our third match. We're going to take a 5-minute break, Dan.
Yeah.
5-minute break, and then we will wrap up this Regionals Preview Day here on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere.